The entire teaching of the Buddha is based on a fundamental universal truth called Dukkatha in Buddha's language, but can be translated into English as universal transformation. This transformation can be called universal because every item, whether physical or mental, every item is subject to a constant transformation, a changing process, a flux. Even the Greek philosopher called Hereclitus, who lived in the 5th century BC, referred to this constant physical transformation in a poetic manner, saying that no one can step into the same river twice. A river is in a flux. A river is flowing. When you step into once, and when you try to step into this for a second time, the river that you stepped into first has gone down, flown down, and you are stepping into a new river. Such is the constant transformation of everything. This transformation may not be visible in all aspects, in all items, but there is a constant transformation that the scientists have found out through their modern instruments. For example, scientists scientists have realized that everything physical or material is made by atoms. At the beginning, for centuries and centuries, scientists thought atoms are indivisible, immutable, they are stable. Now, within the last 100 years, scientists have discovered that even atoms are not stable inside them, because all the subatomic particles that go to make an atom are in a constant transformation. They are in a motion. For example, electrons are particles or waves moving round the nucleus of an atom. Within the nucleus of the atom, there are electrons and protons. They are also in a motion, not round something, but round themselves. That motion is called rotation. Moving round the nucleus is called revolution. With the revolution or rotations, there is in a constant transformation, moving, in a motion. They are dynamic. And this basic reality that the Buddha called Dukkatha is considered by him as a noble truth, because one becomes a noble one called an Aryan, an enlightened one. By realizing this fundamental truth of everything and every being, both physical and mental. Our body is in motion. They are changing. We may not see it immediately, but in the course of time realize a child becomes a baby, mature baby. A mature baby can become a child, mature child. A child can become an adolescent can become an adult, a matured person. Then a matured person can become an old person, and that old person can become a dead body. That is a constant transformation of even physical beings. Once this reality is realized, one becomes free of attachment and resentment of things, and the ignorance of believing that they are stable things. These noble truths are referred to in Buddha's language as attachment, resentment, and ignorance that the people are suffering from before enlightenment. Realization of this fundamental nature of things and beings enlighten oneself. Therefore, the four aspects of the basic truth called Dukkatha or transformation is called Four Noble Truths in English and Catu Ariya Sacca in the Buddha's language. Catu means four. Ariya Sacca can be translated as noble truth. It is this basic truth that the first and foremost disciple of the Buddha, after listening to his first sermon called Dhammacakka Pavattana, realized at the end of the discourse. Buddha referred to this realization as the dawn of an eye. Here, I mean the insight into the basic reality. Dhammacakkum udapadi. Dhamma means what can be grasped by the mind, sensations of the mind, or mental formations. Dhamma can be translated into English as mental formations. Dhammacakkum means the capacity, even though chakku means eye, it is not eye but the capacity of an eye. It is not the outer eye, physical eye, but the capacity of the inner eye that we call insight. That means the first disciple of the Buddha called Kondanna, an ascetic, realized the basic truth through his insight that can be translated, that is mentioned as Dhammacakkum by the Buddha. And what the first disciple Kondanna, ascetic Kondanna, realized, Buddha referred to saying, Yang kinci samudaya dhammam sabbam nirodha dhammanti. All mental formations are in a constant transformation. Any formation, any mental formation that is born is subjected to death, vanishes. They are born to vanish. Nothing can retain a permanent form of permanent identity. That is the nature of the mind. Not only mind, as I mentioned earlier, even our body is in a constant transformation, changing. Once this reality is realized, this reality is expressed in Buddha's language, saying that his first disciple realized, "Yang kinci samudaya dhammam sabbanta nirodha dhammati." All mental formation, that is the idea, are born to vanish then and there. No mental formation can remain stable. They are changing. They are in a transformation. In fact, according to Buddha, that he expressed in the Rohitasa Sutta, saying that our world that we experience is not outside us but inside us. Because we can experience nothing outside us because our sense organs are incapable of knowing the real nature of the world outside us. But our sense organs send certain signals to our mind regarding the world outside. And we form a picture of the world outside in our mind. And those pictures are called dhammam in Buddha's language. And whatever form, whatever picture that is created in our eye is subject to both birth and death. They are inherent. Whatever that is born is subjected to decay and death. Once this is realized, the enlightened ones, enlightened beings, do not get attached to things that are transient. They do not resent things that are transient. They just become aware of the transitory nature of things and beings. It is only the awareness through insight. Once this insight is enlightening us, it's called aloko udapadi, dawn of light, seeing the reality. Once this reality is realized, one becomes an enlightened one. And the basic reality that one realizes is, as I mentioned earlier, is Dukkatha, transformation, constant transformation of every thing and being. Every physical state as well as every mental state. They are all subjected to constant transformation. We can hold on to nothing. Everything is in a flux. As Hereclitus realized that no one can step into the same river twice. This is the basic truth of the universe in which we live and which is realized within oneself by enlightened ones at their enlightenment. And that realizations make them enlightened ones.